Hi, hello everyone. So in today's video, we will discuss about India's unemployment problem and what are the possible solutions on it. Right. So this is very interesting topic. Please stay tuned at the end of this video till the end of this video because a lot of interesting things I will discuss. I will take you the root cause of this unemployment issue in India, and I will also make sure that you are also getting introduced to the solution or the recommendation for this issue of unemployment in India, right? So when we got independence, so what was our population? It was around 30 crore, 35 crore, right? But as we grew as a nation, so we made sure that there is enough food for the people, enough medical facility and health facilities are there, infrastructure is getting built, and a lot of other things. So as we grew as a nation after 1947, the population of India also started increasing, right? Because of the facilities like the food security, health facility, and a bunch of other things like, let's say, your infrastructure, good economic opportunity. So because of various these things, the India's population gradually, it got increased, right? It increased in exponential manner, right? So what I wanted to say, sorry. So what I want to say, the problem behind this unemployment is a bigger, this huge population, right? So currently India is having like 1.5 billion people. So 150 billion, 1.5 billion is the current population of India, right? So that is the biggest cause behind this unemployment, right? Because we have so many people but resources are limited. Now what are those resources? Your land is resource, right? Second resource is water. Third resource is obviously uh, the space, right? Space. Why I'm saying space? Because even though we have a enough land, but still, right? But still we need a space where we can build our house, right? We cannot go on the big mountain, on big plateau, rigid area and build our house there, right? We are not gonna do that. We can't do our farming there. Yes, farming is possible on mountain, but every area is not sustainable or not feasible to work out some things, let's say your house or your land, right? So for that we need a proper space, either a plain area or a plateau area, right? So that is the minimum required. So I'm saying space is again resource, right? Now in city, if we see, right, there are opportunities, there are economic opportunities to grow, right? You can come to city, earn money, you can do a job, business, earn no money, right? And you can gradually you can build your house, you can send your kid to school, good school, right? And you can have good healthcare facility, right? So in order to avail all this facility, you need to stay in the settlement area, right? And in settlement area or in habitat area, in such area the space is limited, right? So the thing I'm trying to say, if we have a huge population, there is a resource crunch, lack of space is not available, right? I mean, space is available, but it's a very, I mean, not just space but any sort of resource, right? Any sort of resource is not available, right? So that's what I am to say. Then third thing is, right, if you have a huge population, then obviously crime rate is also high. There is a insecurity among people, there is a insecurity for your land, your property, your health security. It's also not completely guaranteed because of huge population, right? So these are few reasons, but apart from population, we have other reasons, right? So the second thing is like, the your education, your training, right? So here I'm not saying it's just a college education or a school education. I'm not just blaming school or colleges, but I am taking a comprehensive thing here, right? I mean, I'm taking a comprehensive view here, right? It's not just a training you receive from formal educational institutions, but the training or education you receive or the moral value you receive from family, society, right? And not just value, right? The support and the that inspiration and motivation which you have received from society and family, that's also matter a lot, right? Correct, if I'm not wrong, right? Because the things which are being taught to you in school and colleges are not up to the mark, right? Right now there is a focus on bookish learning, right? But not in but like, I'm not saying that all school and colleges are same. There are good colleges and institutions in India, right? But not all school colleges, they have a good quality education, good quality, good teachers, right? So mostly it is bookish learning. mostly it is theoretical things, right? So you have a very less exposure. So you have a so here you have very less exposure to the real world scenario, real world things like how business works, how any industry works, how any job works, right? So that education is missing in your formal educational institutions like your preschool, not preschool. I'm not considering preschool, but your school education and your college education is not giving this pinpointing, right, which are absolutely necessary, which are absolutely required for a proper growth of any person, right? I will come to third point now. What is third point? Ease of doing business, right? How easy to set up a business, how easy how easy it is to run a business, right? How easy is it to close a business, right? So that's the ease of doing business, right? Now let's say if you want to start your business, right? Let's say if you want to start your business, then what are the challenges before you? The first challenge is like obviously capital, right? So now a lot of people says that Elon Musk is Elon Musk because he was born in USA, right? Now what is so special about USA or United States of America? Its society is obviously the one reason, but second thing is the capital, right, or the finances. So in USA it is relatively easy to access credit or capital through the financial market, right, through banking business. But as compared to USA, in India we have that limitation. If any person, let's say if I want to start a new business, it will be very difficult. Thinking about my family background, my financial credentials, it will be very difficult or challenging to have a capital, right? And the most important thing, right, it will be disaster for me if I lose that capital, or if I lose my business, if there is a loss in my business. So it will be a disaster thing for me, for my personal finance and for my social life, personal life, right? So let's say if there is a huge loss, obviously I'm talking about big businesses, not micro or small businesses, micro businesses like your shop. I'm not talking about shop and small trader or tea stall and that small hoteling business. I'm not talking, obviously not talking about that, even though it required a some amount of finance, some amount of money. But right, if you want to set up a manufacturing plant, small manufacturing factory, small factory, or a small unit for a production of goods, so obviously you need to spend a lot of money on purchasing machines, power, labor, land, rent, interest on the capital which you have borrowed from a financial institution, right? So somehow these are few things which are responsible for the unemployment in India. Obviously ease of doing is one thing, or the education and training is another thing, and third thing is a huge population, right? Now I will come to solution, right? Now I will come to some solution, right? I will come to very beautiful solution, right? You, all of you must heard this line or this phrase: nothing is impossible, right? Nothing is impossible. So right now if you are hearing me, so you might be either teenager, or maybe you are adult, or maybe you have completed your graduation, you are more than, you're already 23, 22, 23, right? Whatever may be your age, I have a one solution or one suggestion or one thing to tell you, that is patience, right? You may be currently, you may be in disaster, right? Let's say you already completed your graduation, your college degree, right? Even though you have got good marks, good percentage, but still you are not able to find a good college, I mean good job, right? Good employment opportunity, right? Let's say either you don't have a job, or even though you have a job, but it's just 10 20 15,000, 20,000, 25,000 rupees a job, and you are not happy with that, you have some financial obligation, right? Or maybe let's say you are a college going student, or let's say maybe you are a teenager, right? You haven't completed your 18 years of age, you are just admitted into inter, or maybe you are having a secondary education, right? Whatever it may be, right? So first of all I will come to the school going child, right? Those who are attending, those who haven't completed their 18 years of age and still they're in secondary or higher secondary. So for them uh, I will have a very beautiful piece of advice, right? As of now you haven't completed 18 years of age, right? Some of you might be preparing for entrance exam to get into medical, engineering, law, or maybe something else, right? Architecture, right? Whatever it may be, right? Now your path is already decided, you already choose that thing, right? Make sure that you do proper study, you study hard, you work hard, and get into good college. And even though you get a college, even though you don't get a good college, if you get a good college, obviously there are chances that you will get a good employment opportunity after completion of your graduation. But in case if you're not enrolled into good college, if you got into tier 3 college, then obviously the very sincere, or I would say very strong message is work hard, make sure that uh, you develop some extra add-on skills apart from studying for your university. Make sure that you are also acquiring some skills, right? You are learning something new which is there in industry, which is already there in industry, you are learning that thing, right? So make sure that you are studying those things, you are getting exposed to those things, right? So that is that is a that is advice for the people who want to get into professional professions like law, engineering, medical, right? Right. But those who thinks that I'm not much into study, I'm not much into like into this engineering, medical, I don't like this mathematics, math, science subject, right? I don't like that, right? Till the age of 20 you can decide on something. You can explore yourself, you can start exploring your different capabilities, your strength and your weaknesses, right? And then based on that you can start either a business, or maybe you can start into getting into some art forms, right? It is better to decide that thing, right? Decide your passion, or decide your expertise, or decide your interest before 18. But even though you are not able to do it, you can do it after you are 18 as well, right? So you have a time till the uh, 25th birthday of you, right? So so that is my advice for the people who are already who are not 18, who are there in their teenage, right? That's my advice. Now for a school, for a college going student, and for graduated for graduate for graduated persons, I have a different sort of advice. I will i will share that in next video. Thank you so much.